we have made it through the preseason of the Summer League, and now we go into the real deal as all of the NBA descends upon Las Vegas. But then I realized, do you know who is on the Sacramento Kings roster?
No.
Drew Timme. We could get Drew Timme versus Zach Edey in a battle of two of the 2020s legends of men's college basketball. Are we putting them both on the... Zach Edey, certainly two-time back-to-back National Player of the Year. I would put Drew Timme, all-time leading scorer at Gonzaga, in my legends 2020s.
If we did
specifically,
if we did a decade team, and we go three teams, first, second, third team, I would think Drew Timme would be
second team center,
third team.
No, I'd put him at second.
Okay, second team.
Maybe third.
I don't know. I'm saying at least on one of the teams.
Yeah.
Edey is first team. Now you got me wondering.
Just in terms of like recognizable people who became legends through March Madness.
He's super recognizable. He's one of the most recognizable
the mustachioed
college basketball players of this decade.
Right.
Well, I mean, recognizability, skill set, college success as well.
These are the things you get up for.
Does Timme have a championship? Timme's got a championship, doesn't he?
No.
He does it?
No.
I thought Gonzaga did win one.
No, they lost.
All right.
In the COVID year, in front of cardboard cutout fans. That was it. No championship for Timme. No championship for Edey. They could have the championship of Game 1 of Las Vegas Summer League tonight. We don't know what the status is for who the Grizzlies roll out there tonight. Zach Edey has not been shut down, but you do have 4 games on the schedule for the Grizzlies, and depending on how they perform in those 4 games, we will see if they are in the championship bracket. But, you know, I'm already thinking ahead, and Summer League is for big dreams. I look at this Grizzlies schedule, and I think to myself, they got a chance, CJ. We could be talking.
Got a chance at what?
At a Summer League title. Oh. I think the Memphis Grizzlies could win it all down there in Las Vegas. They play the Kings tonight, and outside of Drew Timme, Devin Carter, who was the Kings' first-round draft pick, he had shoulder surgery yesterday, so he's out. So you're not going to see Devin Carter. He had shoulder surgery. He's expected to be out for 6 months. But other than that, you have Kings, you have Mavs, you have Pelicans and Magic. Cake. If the Grizzlies play their guys. And that's what you never know. Like, you never know how much run the Grizzlies are going to give their starters. Obviously, we saw that taper off even in Salt Lake City with Edey and LaRavia missing that last game, just being super, super extra cautious with minor ankle injuries. Saw Jalen Wells and Cam Spencer both not play in that game because that would have been 3 games in 3 nights. So you start to weigh those kind of things. How much does G.G. Jackson actually end up playing? But if the Grizzlies are full strength, they do have a roster that is built to compete on the Summer League stage. They have a point guard in Scottie Pippen Jr. Even if Zach Edey is off and on, we saw Trey Jemison step into that starting big man role. And Trey Jemison is someone who we saw play a lot of minutes for the Memphis Grizzlies even last season and earning his way into that 2-way contract for the Grizzlies going into this next season so far. But I do believe, regardless of how the Grizzlies perform, because as we've talked about many a times, it's not about if you win or lose in Summer League. It's how you begin to adapt to the game, especially for the young players. I think Zach Edey is the biggest star of Summer League. And I know that's a little crazy to say because Bronny James is there, and Bronny James takes up a lot of brain space and media space and airspace and just space because he is the son of LeBron James. But in terms of biggest attractions for Summer League, going into tonight, starting in Las Vegas, Zach Edey's right up there at the top. And yes, he is also the physical biggest star going into this upcoming week and a half of action. But the energy around Zach Edey, my athletic newsletter this morning, the game to watch for Summer League tipping off is Kings Grizzlies because of Zach Edey.
When's the last time we had Victor, right?
Last year he was
back
the star.
Years where we've had like a big guy emerge as this sort of type of star in this way. We've had bigs in the NBA come through and dominate and not have the charisma, personality, the star power that that guards have. Usually the guards and the wing players are the ones that have that sort of pull. To see Zach Edey with that is interesting to watch, right? Like, that's part of what made Shaq so unique. We had a bunch of really, really great bigs during that time, But Shaq had this larger than life sort of personality, and you just wanted to watch things Shaq was doing, watch games Shaq was playing in. I'm not saying that Zach Edey has that personality. What I am saying, though, is seeing, comparing and contrasting our interest in a big versus our interest in point guards and wings. To see him have that type of pull is something that is interesting to see and will be interesting to watch during this summer league. Is there another player that you're interested in watching at summer league other than Zach Edey?
On the Memphis Grizzlies or outside?
Both on the Grizzlies and or outside.
Well, with the Grizzlies, I'm most intrigued by the continuation of Gigi Jackson and how much Gigi continues to play and where they are trying to take and evolve his game. Obviously got off to a rough start in game one, had not a full bounce back game in their third game in Salt Lake City, but at least rebounded nicely, showed better defensive effort, I thought, better shot selection, and really, taking ownership of being somebody who has already started carving out their notoriety within the NBA. But then it really is Zach Edey. Like, that's where selfishly I want to see Zach Edey continue to play. I don't know how many games we will see from Zach Edey, but he's 7'4", and there is so much energy around the legitimate optimism for Zach Edey being an actual contributor for this Grizzlies team. And I don't think there are a lot of players this year where you are looking at through Summer League and thinking, this player could be critical in their ultimate mission of competing in their conference, But that is the case for Zach Edey. He's a 7'4", main attraction of the circus that is Vegas Summer League. I guess Bronny James. I mean, just from an intrigue factor, I'm not interested. I watched him at USC. I also watched Boogie Ellis at USC. He's on the Kings roster. Former Memphis Tiger, Boogie Ellis, who transferred from Memphis, went to USC. He's on that Kings roster that we will see tonight. Is there anyone for you on the Summer League stage that you particularly?
No, 1,000%.
It was so obvious last year. It was Victor Wembanyama. That was it. Yeah. When Victor Wembanyama played, for the people who were lucky enough to be there I think he played 2 games for the Spurs last year before they shut him down. That gym, there was not an empty airway in that gym because it was people packed like sardines to watch the alien that is Victor Wembanyama. And that's where, when I'm thinking, the closest thing to that this year is Zach Edey, which is crazy. Or Bronny, because where is LeBron James? I don't know what USA basketball's schedule is now, coming off of the exhibition game. Are they gone?
Yeah, they're gone.
They've already traveled?
Yeah, they're overseas now.
So you won't see, because I would say
does Bron show up?
Just the aura of Bron sitting courtside watching Bronny. Serena Williams did have a funny joke about them last night that LeBron wants to win with Bronny on the team, but Serena won with her child in her belly. I was like, oh.
Oh, well.
Oh. They also said that they didn't need Harrison Butker to watch women's sports. They came for the...
The Jessica Benson Show with CJ Hart, live every weekday at 8 a.m.